This is my LEGO video journal entry for Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. It's election day here in the United States, and I hope if you're able to, you went out and voted and let your voice be heard. I personally was looking for a candidate that was promising lower LEGO prices. Unfortunately, it didn't seem to be anybody running on that. So I think in 2024, it's going to be on me. This is the kind of humor that you can expect from this series. Speaking of that, I want to thank everyone for all the well wishes and the positivity from yesterday's video. It was my first entry, and there was so much positivity, it just blew me away. So thank you guys so much for that. But we have an entry to do here, and this entry actually starts last night. Our whole family came down after dinner and got to work here in the studio. Me starting on a build that Clarkman recently rebuilt from the LEGO library, aka the storage room of doom. He decided that he wanted to rebuild the Hulkbuster smash up set, and he did that and played with it for a few minutes, and ever since then it's been sitting. So I decided that I would break that down and put it back into the library. And then after I finished up with that, I joined Cody, who was here hardworking at this table trying to break down Clarkman's old MOCs in preparation for our future city, which is going to be elaborately detailed and looking amazing on this table. All of that is just me hoping for that. There certainly will be a city here. I just don't know what it's going to be like, especially when you see Clarkman's newest MOC that he made in preparation for the city. He wasn't so much into necessarily taking things apart. He's more of a builder. So he decided that he would make a car for our city. And it's funny because it was the first time that he used this microphone and he didn't know what to do. So he's talking like this. And I wish I would have got some more of that on video. But this is him very deliberately speaking his review of his build that he made. So enjoy this little clip.
So I just built a cool little mobile bad guy car for our city. So then we can have cops chasing after me like, hey, get back here.
Good sound effects. Brutal. It's kind of comforting knowing that our city is already getting populated before our table's ready, but yeah, we've got a car, a bad guy car, I guess. I also want to show you one other MOC that Clark recently made that I don't think we showed anywhere. This is a classroom that he designed, and there's the teacher in the corner with, I guess, her kid beaten stick, and then you got kids sitting at their desks, and they each have, I guess, a little something that they're working on there. I think that was inspired by you guys. It sent MOCs to the Brickitect studio, and he's got things on their desks. And then I guess that's the bad kid that has to go look in the corner or stand staring at the wall. Must not be a very pleasant experience at Clarkman's school. Take a look at this. I know some of you guys have seen it before. You might think it's looking bad now. Well, go back a few videos and you'll see an entire, a mound of LEGO MOCs. Thankfully not looking that way anymore, and last night the 9-story hotel that Clarkman built way back in the day got deconstructed, mainly because he bumped into it and it fell off the table. So we did a bit of a drop test and it didn't survive very well, but it is taken care of, and we're at least down to a single layer here of things on the table. So that is good news. I just saw this sitting here and this reminded me of something that I want to tell you guys. As you can probably predict, getting Clark on board with tearing apart all of his beloved MOCs that he's made over all this time was no easy task, but selling him on what our future city could be was the thing that pushed it over the edge. Plus, I came up with a solution that would be really great for him to remember his MOCs going forward, and it's by using these little Polaroid style pictures. These are from Fujifilm Intacs. And what my idea for him to do was, once you build something that you really love, say this car for example, maybe something that's not going to be around forever, and obviously we can't keep building forever because we'd run out of parts and also space primarily being the big concern. My idea was, why doesn't he take his Fuji camera that takes pictures just like this and take a picture of the thing that he made, and that'll print this out, something just like this, which is a picture of the MOC table with very bad lighting, unfortunately. That's what it looked like before. And then we'll get a book for him to put these into, and he can write something on the bottom, like the title and the date. And then he'll have an entire book of all the things that he's made. And this allows him to have something physical to hold in his hand to remember these things. Because it's one thing if I get a video of it or if I take a photo on my phone, but for him to be able to take the photo, for him to be able to store this and to have a booklet of all the things that he made, something that he could take into his future with him, I think is such a cool compromise, I guess you'd say. So that's kind of what I'm expecting going forward with him building, because I don't want to discourage that. You might think that us tearing apart all these things that were on the table and stacked up here, it's kind of a sad thing, which it is, but you can't hold on to everything forever, and he's very sentimental with things, to put it mildly. So this is my idea to make this work and to still keep making him be in that creative zone, but without having a table that looks like that necessarily. So yeah, these are Fujifilm Intacts, and you can get it on Amazon. They're kind of expensive, but totally worth it if you value your table space. On to today's business though. I have a little bit more breaking of things down that needs to be done, particularly this, I guess, is where I'm starting. There's no good place to start, but this is a dots box that we got on the cheap at Walmart. $25 on clearance, was $40, and inside here are a bunch of just little tiles and such. So I'm gonna try to get those into the collection. There's some square ones and there's some that are like kind of quarter round. So we're gonna get those taken care of. But I do wanna show you something that's really cool. Speaking of things Clarkman made, he's obviously the talent around here. Let me show you what he made with this set. He made this for me and it's just so cute. This is, of course, the Brickitect logo here. And he put a G for Greg and a C for Clark, and then he put other little B's around in the corners there. This is just a cool design that he made. Good kid, man. I'm really lucky to have him, and that just reminds me of what this channel is all about. Enough chit-chatting, though, and enough showing off of things. Let me show off the organization attempts here. I'm not going to put you through all of this. I'm going to save you all of like the stuff that you wouldn't want to do yourself. One thing that I'm not going to save you from is some really cool dump action here. You needed that in your life, I think. Look at that. All those pretty colors there. And now we dump them, and hopefully I have the shot here because it's gonna be, oh, I don't have the shot. It's gonna be epic. The old slide over. Oh God, this became a Brickitect video. I had 2 casualties during that dump. Also hiring a cameraman. If you'd like to apply, I'll pay you in the Lego dots. All the Lego dots you can eat. Be my cameraman. This is what I call the infinity pool. Just goes right off the edge and disappears forever. Probably should reorganize these because this seems like they should go near those, but then I have boot Lego Technic right below there. What the heck is going on with this world? That's another thing done, and believe it or not, I'm actually going to throw this away. A Lego box will be going into the recycling. It's an absolute miracle. You gotta start somewhere, and I don't need that. Telling my brain that. I could keep doing that kind of stuff probably for like the next 6 months, but I do want some variety to be in these videos. So I think the next thing I'm gonna do is something that I really need to get done. But first, let me show you the things that I also need to get done but aren't quite as high priority, but are projects that I'm continuing or starting or in the middle of. First thing, Ninjago City Gardens. I still have an entire box of parts that need to go onto this, and probably about halfway done. So there's that. Over here by Ms. Pac-Man, we have a very unfinished DeLorean. I really want to get to that because it's such a beautiful vehicle and such a fantastic model. My goodness. But there's something else over here lurking that's even more important, and this is something that was sent to me from a company known as Cada, C-A-D-A. You may have seen a few of their builds before that I've done, including the Porsche and the tank. They sent me something else. You might be thinking right now, Greg, you already have projects on the go. Why are you getting into this one, especially a non-Lego product on your Lego video journal series? Well, they offered this to me and I accepted it, and it was a long time ago, and the lady has emailed me a couple times saying, hey, when are you gonna do the video or review or whatever on the thing that we sent you? And I was just like, if you only knew how much stuff I have going on. Well, I owe this to them, and it's only right that I get this done. As I reveal, Greg's Gardening Tips new ride. This is the Cada Master tractor that I had no idea was powered up, but it is, and that's amazing. Wow. If you guys haven't seen Cada before, quality is actually pretty darn good, very surprisingly good. And I'm not saying that just because they sent this to me for free. If it would have sucked, I would have stopped at 1. But like I said, I built the Porsche for you elitists out there. I built the tank, which was amazing. And now I have this tractor, and I love the look of this thing, man. It's just so cool. And it's got a thing on the back, which if you're a farmer, you probably know what that thing's called. I certainly don't. But man, box, look at that. Oh my gosh, you got to get in here and see this. Check out the glossy level of where the tractor is. That's really cool. With the flat on the back there, thing of beauty. Just a couple pieces of tape stopping us from getting started here. Oh my goodness. The regret of accepting this is sinking in rather quickly right now because I don't know where I'm going to fit this into my life. Let's just dump out the first half and I'll show you just how much is is in here. I really thought when I got this that this was a fairly small model for some reason. It didn't look that big to me. Let me clarify something here. This is not a bad problem to have. Having a cool tractor to build is a good thing. The problem is I'm running into one of the 4 hurdles of every collector. Time, space, money, wives. In this case, time is my biggest hurdle. I need to find some time to build this thing, not only because it's now a project that's ongoing now that it's out of the box, but also because Cada was nice enough to send this to me, and it's only right that I do something with this instead of having it sit on a box, like so much of my other Lego collection. I know non-Lego products are a huge turnoff for a lot of you guys. You guys are Lego elitists, and I understand that, and I can respect it. But what if I did a thing where maybe I build a bag of this here and there as we work our way towards completing it, and then when I'm done with it, we'll take it outside and run it in the dirt and see just how it does. I think that's a good payout for this, even if it's not Lego. So let me know what you think about that. But this is, I guess, where I'm going to leave you guys for today. I'm going to actually edit this up. I'm trying to make these in real time as possible. But tomorrow we'll start the video off with how far I made on this. So I have a little bit of you holding me accountable for getting something done. And I'll give another table update for tomorrow as well, because I'm sure Cody and Clark will be down here. In addition to that, just maybe you might see another Clarkman mock, especially if he's coming down here, because you know he's not working on that table. He's gonna be building something, and that's what I love to see. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's entry, Tuesday, November 8th, 2022, Election Day. And remember to vote for me in 2024 for lower Lego prices.